You see another part that mind says to us, okay, come on, I'll help you free from all the suffering. You see, just think of a dialogue happening between mind and you. Okay? So, our mind says, come on, I'll help you free yourself. And the real self inside says, I'm already free. What the heck? No, no, I will give you the peace. Real self says, I'm already in permanent peace. You need not to interfere. Do you see the dialogue between the real self and the mind? Do you see that? So when you see that dialogue, how do you see that? Tell me. How do you see that dialogue? You only see the way I am communicating to you. I see you, you are different than me. Are you getting it? It's very simple. I'm communicating with Sam. Huh? So Sam is different from me. Now, mind and the real self are different at a distance. And now, mind says, come on, I'll help you. Take a cup of coffee, you are relaxed. The real self says, I'm already relaxed, permanently relaxed. You don't interfere. Do you see that? And I just came to my mind. Mind says, you see, my honey cheated me. Real self says there no one can cheat me. Come on. So please do not interfere in my business. So what happens then? Then the mind becomes helpless, right? Because you are not taking help. Understood? Now I'm just converting that into a story of knowledge. So I have to study again and again and again. It does not come in a day. So now the real self sees the mind, you interfere. Come on, you interfere, and I don't want to interfere. What that means, mind becomes helpless. What is the meaning of helpless mind? Mind is empty. Are you getting it? Huh? Keep a smile. It's not a big deal. The way I'm talking to you, you talk to your mind. Yes, but it's a big deal because the mind returns with a full force because of the past impressions, because of its wrong knowledge that is present in the mind. Right? So that wrong knowledge is what are the obstacles. We are talking of the obstacles. So I wanted to come to that step. These are the obstacles in the mind. Mind says, you see that I don't have a beautiful experiences. The real self says, I'm always beautiful. I'm gathering all who share their experiences, and then Leslie is. Do you see that point clearly? So I don't see that point clearly. Why I don't see? I have a wrong notion. Right? I have a wrong notion. Clear? So when I have a wrong notion, what should I do? I should learn. I should be committed. I should study again and again. That is what we offer weekly in a twice a week session. Are you getting it? Huh? Are you getting it? So simple. But now see other point of view. have you really understood different waves in an ocean is nothing but water? Have you understood? Nod your head. How beautiful. Everyone has understood. Now, what is lacking? See that. That is why we need to study. We need not to go to the science. Why we should not go to the science? Tell me. Think of it. Because the science tells me about who am I not. It tells me about the material world. You see that? We already have a knowledge. Now come back. Understand what are the obstacles we are understanding. Did you understand that the waves are nothing but the water? You have understood. Understood? Clearly. What I have to do with the wave? That is a simile. That is a metaphor. Do I apply in my life? That is the thing. How to apply that in life? Now see. I see Lara. I see myself. I see Brandy. I see everyone. Right? Clear? Now go back to the simile. The water sees the first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, and all the waves. What it means? Where I am now, there is a I thought inside, right? And that I thought says, here is David, here is Jerry. So David and Jerry and Brandy and everyone is a wave. Everyone is a wave. Everyone is a wave, including this body-mind complex is also a wave. Are you getting it? When the water sees all the waves, the water does not claim that I am also the wave. Do you see that? No? Should I give another example? You told me you understand. What do you understand? That all the waves are water. Did you not? So we all are waves. What is that water? That water is existence. Behind the I thought. Right? Now come to the mind. Mind, please do not interfere. Mind says, I will give you peace. Real self says, I don't want you. I'm already in peace. That is the discovery in meditation happens. I'm translating those principles. I'm not saying anything different from what is passed on by our great master. Are you getting it clearly? Right? It is not a big deal. You need not to practice to get there. You are already there. Mind says, if you do not pet your pet, then you will be in trouble. No, I'm just joking. So what is happening? Where the mind is going? Now pay attention. Where the mind is going? Mind is going outside. With a wrong notion that there will be peace outside. So when you say, I have understood, you say, mind, don't interfere in my business. Are you getting it? We are going a little deeper and deeper every time. So now see what Patanjali is saying. What Patanjali is saying? Patanjali says, a real self. Once you discover real self, you are in meditative state. Right? How? Emptiness. Why I don't experience emptiness? Because the mind is constantly interfering. That interference is known as obstacles. Are you getting it? Interference is known as obstacles. Why? Because every time the mind work says that I am the body and mind complex, I forget what is my real self. So then what happens? Now see that. Mind says, oh, you see that? Your body is sick. You cannot do it. You cannot practice meditation. So one wave says to the other that you are sick. Can water become sick ever? The waves can go in down. In relationship to the body, you have a problem. Why? The mind has taken over. Then the mind says, come on, I'm disinterested. What the heck this meditation is? So, not because of me, not because of your real self, because of your own mind, you skip meditation. Did I skip any time, any single day? I played a trick to requested you to be present 10 minutes before to help you settle down so that you are ready. You have to take a plane at the airport, you are always ready. They have a strict guideline 2 hours before you are there. Now, I'm not saying that you should be there because of me, but because of yourself. So when we find this mind says, I'm disinterested, you have to take over this mind. Why the hell you are disinterested? Come on. Mind says, no, I have lot of doubt. Lot of doubt. How can you prove? First, practice and prove yourself. So the third obstacle is sanshaya, doubt. Second is disinterested. It is known as dhyan. First is physical illnesses. Then it says, pramada. I heard you, and now I am in meditation without any preparatory step. Will that happen? No. So who says this? The mind. Mind says, forget, I understand, Come on, let me sit. And when you sit, your mind during the practice of meditation is wandering everywhere, known as the pramada. We don't practice preparatory step. Then comes laziness. What happens in laziness? You close your eyes and your mind says, oh, you are feeling so heavy during the. Why should you feel heavy? In meditation, does your weight increase? We don't want to put this mind separate from us. That is why we have laziness. Laziness, or whatever you say, indolence. Sometimes we feel heaviness in the mind, sometimes we feel heaviness in the body. Pramada. Then comes avirati, another obstacle. Rati means mind is running after pleasure. Virati means the mind is withdrawn from that pleasure. And then we have added prefix, avirati. Not able to dissociate with objects, not able to dissociate myself with the different waves. Even though I have understood that it is pure water. Do you see that? Eh? See the same example? Huh? Avirati, not able to dissociate myself with the objects of the world. That object may be my honey, maybe a room, maybe anything of the object. What is that object? That object is a wave. What is that wave? What is inside the wave? Real self. But that wave is caused by the mind. So you see, all the obstacles, 99% of the obstacles are coming from the mind. So what I said, mind, you stay there where you are. I don't want you. Avirati. So you understood avirati. Then comes, it is known as Bhranti Darshan. Bhranti Darshan means I always perceive delusion during the practice of meditation. Delusory experiences. You look at it. One guy in New Jersey used to say to me, I see God during practice of meditation. I said, then why you have come to my group session? Better to enjoy. But I have lot of stress. I said, when you see the God, ask your God to release the stress. Don't practice meditation. So simple. Oh, I never thought of it. So he did it for a couple of days. He returned again. He said, God is not ready to release my stress. I said, until you get rid of this God that you see in your meditation, then only I can help you. Do you see? This is the great obstacle. Do you see? Bhranti Darshan. I'm making it simpler so that you can think it again and again. Bhranti Darshan. So that is pertaining to the God, but you see that the mind says, look at John is creating lot of stress. So once you have this thought, in every meditation, that thought will appear. I have to get rid of this idea. That is why we practice yama and niyama and pratyahara. Do you see? Obstacle, preparatory steps are not done clearly. Then the mind replaces it with the delusory experiences. It is here and now. You can get rid of it. Simply say, mind, I don't need you. You declare real self is full of peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Done. And then the mind interferes. Say, you stay there. Stay there. Don't go. Sometimes you say your pet, stay there. Huh? Show me. Same way. Show me. Mind, show me. So calm down. And it comes down. In order to reach to that state, I have to understand. Why I specifically say understand. If you do not understand, the mind will play its tantrum. Do you see that? That is why in the beginning we have understood 5 subjective states of the mind, 5 objective states of the mind, etc., etc., etc. And the rest of them. And then alabdha bhumika is another obstacle in the meditation. When a seeker does not undergo any experience or the changes, the person gets upset. Always thinking, why? Who is thinking? Mind. Tell the mind, stay there. Let me continue. It is important for the seeker to interact with the teacher. That is why I always say, ask me, share your experiences. So should I give you all the answers? No, it is already there in our text. Once you understand, you have undergone a journey. So, alabdha bhumika. And the 9th is when a seeker has attained a state in meditation. You have attained a particular state. The mind is experiencing that. The next day, if you are not able to repeat the same experiences, mind says, see, there is nothing in meditation. But the fact is, that real self always gives a new experience every time. Every meditation practice is your new, fresh experience. It cannot be the same. See that? See, understanding is required, knowledge, clarity is required. We all are human beings, we all have human intellect, right? We can discern, we can understand, but still, that understanding is overpowered by these 9 obstacles. Are you getting it? These 9 obstacles. You have to catch a plane. You are suffering from fever. Your mind says it is urgent. Whatever is happening to your body, no worries. You have to take it. Do you say, today I will not take it? You see, we keep the mind aside in spite of lot of challenges it poses in our worldly affairs, not in meditation. Did I say right? That is known as one-pointedness of the mind. What is that? The mind says real self. Mind is educated to follow the real self. The mind does not dictate. When it does not dictate, you do not have any obstacle, and every meditation succeeds. Go back to the first example. Water experiences. Water is existence, the waves that exist because of water. I thought tells me, here is Brandy, here is Stephen, here is Sam, and here are all. I thought is one. There are many outside. You see that? Do you see that? Here and now, I thought one, many people outside. Do you see? Do you see? Are you aware of that? So it's a play. What is a play? Objects are outside. I thought is inside. It is the same. They are one and the same. When it is inside, it is I thought. When it is outside, it is object. And behind that, existence. Can I be aware of that existence here and now all the time? Who spend, such a great time in doing meditation. I have lot of stuff to do. Mind has come again. Are you aware? The mind has returned again. Do you see? Why you want to do lot of stuff outside in the world? For security, for happiness. The mind makes you forget the permanent happiness is inside. You forget yourself, then you have lot of blame, complaint, reaction. They are the obstacles, categorized as 9 obstacles by the Patanjali. Do you see that? Nothing to see. It's so easy. But it becomes easy when you do contemplate, when you sit and think of it. I thought my honey is bad. Object outside. I thought inside. Can I keep anyone outside? Keep the object outside, I thought goes away. Keep the I thought away, object goes away. You are free. That is what the emptiness is. Don't think that, oh, yes. So, did you ever ask me a question how long it will take me to empty the mind? If I answer that question, then I'm also crazy. It is already empty. Why it is already empty? From the standpoint of water, there are no waves. We have to shake this. The knowledge is everywhere. It is here. It does not mean I'm pointing out it is only here. It is everywhere in all your. But to reveal that, I need to think, contemplate. After listening, learning the principles, I have to sit and contemplate, reflect on it. The moment you start contemplation and reflection, the life changes. Except Christina, I have never seen everyone, no, except Jerry also. Everyone is so serious. Nothing to be serious. Nothing to be serious, my friend. Nothing to be serious. Last thing that you should, and then we will start the practice. Ramakrishna Paramhans was a great master whose disciple Swami Vivekananda came to US, first master who introduced yoga to Americans. Science cannot prove if there is a real self. And if the science cannot prove there is a real self, I don't believe it. So Ramakrishna replied to the person who said this. So he told a story. A man said to his friend, I have just seen a house fell down with a terrific crash. Now you differentiate between the science and the yoga. A man said to his friend, I have just seen a house fell down with a terrific crash. Now the friend to whom he told believed in science. He said, just a minute, let me look it up in the newspaper. He read the paper but could not find the news of a house falling down with a crash. He returned to a friend. He said, well, I don't believe you. It isn't in the paper, so it is all false. That is how we want to search our real self. You want to find the efficacy of vaccine? You go out, read the research papers, find out the truth. And if you want to know where is the real self, not in the newspaper, not in the research publication. That is the greatest distraction and obstacle. That is, you see that? Anyhow, thank you for tolerating me. So let us start our